I want to start this lesson off by saying, Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Shalom to the brothers that are preaching and teaching the truth worldwide. I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect. Today's lesson is entitled, Choose Ye This Day. This message is going out to you so-called Negroes, Native American, and Latinos. Those of the circumcision and of the uncircumcision. Those who know you Israelite and those who don't know you Israelite. Choose you this day who you're going to serve. If you're going to serve Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, or you're not going to serve the Lord. See what I'm saying? So I got a little snippet of this video that I'm going to play. And then I'm going to bring out some scriptures. Because if you're not going to serve the Lord, I'm going to bring out some scriptures. What's going to happen to you? Because this devil, Esau, Edom, he has his plans already set, ready to roll out. Now, this is going to what's happening in Canada. But we already know that these leaders, they are puppet leaders. So ultimately, it's coming from the elites. They ultimately want to, roll this out in Canada. We know that they want to save you Babylonians for last. Because you guys, they got to keep you guys out fattened up. Because it's going to be a sore slaughter on you. Because, you enjoy the comforts of fast food this, give me this, having groceries delivered to your door. When all this stuff was cut off, it's going to be chaos here in America, Babylon the Great. Same way it was when this lockdown happened. And food was shortages in the stores. People were just bugging out. So, hey, choose ye this day who you going to serve. Are you going to serve Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai? Are you going to serve, IUIC, Jesus the Christ? Who are you going to serve? All you bugged out Israelite groups. Who are you going to serve? Are you going to serve, the true powers of heaven and earth? Or are you going to serve your God that you got set up? So I'm going to play a little bit of this clip, and then I'm going to jump into some scriptures.
Worst, but expect the best. So that's what I want you to keep in mind. Now, obviously, there's a delay. If you guys, let's see, I'm wondering what you guys are seeing. If you're seeing, all right, so you guys are actually seeing me. That's perfect. So you are not seeing that. You are seeing me. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. And I want you to understand why I'm reading it. I'm reading it so that we can all become prepared. I am not a person prone to violence. I do not like to engage in violence or in aggressive activity, but many times people that encounter an individual like me who doesn't want to engage mistake my reluctance to engage with my inability to engage. And so I'm here to tell you that each one of you should be prepared to engage. That doesn't mean that we are expecting to engage, but we need to be prepared, because what I'm going to read to you right now is not something that is, it doesn't give you the warm and fuzzies, okay? So first of all, to Denise, thank you for sharing this, Denise. And I love it when people send me messages and they come into the system. She has our lifetime member number there. So I really appreciate that for a lifetime member for IADFW. Guys, by the way, this is one of the few times that I'm going to do something that I was going to just do for the IADFW, and I'm going to do that for everybody else because this is really important information. But if this type of information and this type of connection is important to you, there's a lot of other really, really positive, proactive things in the International Association for a Disease-Free World. And I would really encourage you to go down to askdrbitar.com /ask, that link right there, and just go through it, fill in that information, join the Advanced Medicine Dashboard, get access to the head map. All this stuff is for free, but then consider seriously joining the International Association for a Disease-Free World. There's actually a little webinar that you can watch on demand when you go to this link. All right, when you go to that link, there's a little video. It'll be down maybe, I don't know, the 8th, 9th, 10th screen, and it'll say the IADFW. And if you watch that, you'll understand why you should join. And if you don't want to join, that's great. But I think those that are freedom-loving and believe in their own autonomy, they're going to want to join. All right, so here's a message. This was a leaked email from the Liberal Party of Canada that lays out the plan. It's LPC Strategic Committee, Leak in Box, PC Leaker, okay? This occurred on October 10th, 2020. Dear, and then it's a blank, it's X'd out, because this was an email that was sent to somebody else to let them know, because the person that wrote this email was present, was there, firsthand heard this. I want to provide you some very important information. I'm a committee member within the Liberal Party of Canada. I sit within several committee groups, but the information I'm providing is originating from the Strategic Planning Committee, which is steered by the PMO. I think the PMO is that the Prime Minister of Canada? I think PMO must be, I don't know what PMO is. Maybe somebody can tell me what PMO is. Can you look up what PMO is in the Canadian Liberal Party? Okay. I need to start off by saying that I'm not happy doing this, but I have to. As a Canadian, and more importantly, as a parent who wants a better future, not only for my children, but for other children as well. The other reason I am doing this is because roughly 30% of the committee members are not pleased with the direction this will take Canada, but our opinions have been ignored and they plan on moving forward toward their goals. They have also made it very clear that nothing will stop the planned outcomes. So 30% of the Liberal Party in Canada that was sitting in this committee did not want to go along with this, and yet the powers that be are saying that they don't have a choice. Wrong answer. We always have a choice, all right? In the United States, we are still, the Second Amendment is intact, and in Canada, I know there's enough people out there that still have their weapons, no matter what they've tried to orchestrate and take your weapons away. Guys, just remember, when you are carrying, when you have your own weapons, now suddenly you are no longer easy fodder, and they're going to think once, twice, 3 times before they ever try to cross horns with you, okay? Because they don't want to engage with people. If they don't have anything that they can lose, then they may. So this is why it's so important to be prepared and expect the best, but be prepared for the worst. So here's what it comes down to. The roadmap and aim was set out by the PMO and is as follows. And I hate looking down when I'm reading this, so let me see if I can read it this way. All right. Phase in secondary lockdown restrictions on a rolling basis, starting with major metropolitan areas first and expanding outward. Expected by November 2020. Next one, rush the acquisition of or construction of isolation facilities across every province and territory. Expected by December 2020. These are concentration camps they're talking about. Daily new cases of COVID-19 will surge beyond capacity of testing. Interesting that they already know that they're going to surge, right? Why? Because they know that if there is such a virus out there, assuming that there's a real virus out there, the testing is already it's already predetermined. They're testing, they're attenuating, they're basically amplifying the RT-PCR test to the point that every human being will test positive. That's what their goal is. All right, so the daily new cases of COVID will surge beyond capacity of testing, including increases in COVID-related deaths following the same growth curves, expected by end of November 2020. Complete and total secondary lockdown, much stricter than the first and second rolling phase restrictions, expected by end of December 2020, early January 2021. Reform and expansion of the unemployment program to be transitioned into the Universal Basic Income Program, expected by Q1 2021. Projected COVID-19 mutation and or co-infection with secondary virus referred to as COVID-21, leading to a third wave with much higher mortality rate and higher rate of infection, expected by February 2021. Daily new cases of COVID-21 hospitalizations and COVID-19 and COVID-21 related deaths will exceed medical facility capacities expected by by Q1, Q2 of 2021. Enhanced lockdown restrictions referred to as third lockdown will be implemented. Full travel restrictions will be imposed, including inter-province and inter-city, expected by Q2 2021. Guys, understand that. That means that if you're in British Columbia, you can't go to Quebec. All right? This is what they're talking about. And if you're in one city and you're trying to go into another city in the same province, they're not going to allow you to do that. This is in Canada. Of course, they're going to try to roll this out, and I'll get to that point here in a second. All right. Transitioning of individuals into the Universal Basic Income Program, expected mid-quarter 2, 2021. Projected supply chain breakdowns in inventory storage, large economic instability, all expected late second quarter 2021. Deployment of military personnel into major metropolitan areas as well as all major roadways to establish travel checkpoints, restrict travel and movement, provide logistical support to the area, expected by third quarter 2021. Along with that provided roadmap, the Strategic Planning Committee was asked to design an effective way of transitioning Canadians to meet an unprecedented economic endeavor, one that would change the face of Canada and forever alter the lives of Canadians. All right, guys, this is where it gets really disturbing, as if it's not already disturbing. What we are told was that in order to offset what was essentially an economic collapse on an international scale, that the federal government was going to offer Canadians a total debt relief. So people are getting excited about that. That sounds good, but wait. This is how it works. The federal government will offer to eliminate all personal debts, all mortgages, all loans, all credit cards, etc., which all funding will be provided to Canada by the IMF under what will become known as the World Debt Reset Program. In exchange for acceptance of this total debt forgiveness, the individual would forfeit ownership of any and all property and assets forever. In exchange for acceptance of this total debt forgiveness, the individual would forfeit ownership of any and all property and assets forever. The individual would also have to agree to partake in the COVID-19 and COVID-21 vaccination schedule, which will provide the individual with unrestricted travel and unrestricted living, even under a full lockdown. So if you agree, you can go do anything you're doing as long as you partake in the COVID-19 and COVID-21 vaccination schedule, regardless of the lockdown. Magically, you take this vaccine and boom, guess what? You don't have to social distance. You don't have to wear a mask anymore because you have already gotten your vaccines. All right. So this is unrestricted living under a...
See? Still got everything set up. Choose ye this day. Are you going to choose Esau's setup? We know that once he basically has something, I guess I'm talking about COVID-19, COVID-21, universal basic income. You know what I'm saying? That's ultimately, we know this devil is rolling out the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. So if you get total debt forgiveness from this devil, you honestly think it's going to come with, it's not going to be any strings attached to that? You think it's not going to be any strings attached to that? They're already talking about it. He has a concentration camps. If you listen on to the video, for those who don't want to succumb to this new system, hey, this devil got it all lined up. But see, Jake too busy, out here, want to make rap videos, what I'm saying, trying to come up in America, Babylon the Great. But guess what? Ezekiel 21:9, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus said Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. Lord, getting this sword sharpened up for you, Jake. Getting it nice and gleaming, ready to cut, like you got a sword, like you got a knife cutting hot butter. Lord, getting this sword nice and sharpened up right now. Verse 10, it is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. What's it going to glitter with? Blood, your blood, plasma. See what I'm saying? Should we then make mirth? Should we be in a very joyous spirit right now? Jumping all around? No. It could tempt the rod of my son as every tree. So the Lord got his sword, you know what I'm saying? Getting it nice and furbished up for you, Jake. And I'm read verse 11. And he had given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Who is the slayer? Let's talk about Esau Edom. Esau, the so-called white man. It's number one henchman, ready to get you, Jake. Yeah, ready to jump out and you know what they got them call them jump out boys? Yeah, Esau ready to jump out and get you. Psalm 17 and 13. It says, arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him. Cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So that's talking about Esau. And the people that's going to get delivered, it's talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. But you 2/3 and the rest of you Babylonians, man, Esau going to have a field day on you. Most important, yeah, you wicked 2/3 Israelites. Esau going to have a field day on you. Isaiah 30 and 12. It says, wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, you despise, the men of the Lord out there sighing and crying, prophesying in the streets, putting up lessons day in and day out, because you despise the word that we speak. See what I'm saying? The words that we speak, coming from the Heavenly Father, and you trust in expression, and you trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall. You just heard what Dr. Boutas said up in Canada. He already has a plan ready to roll out for you. Got something called a COVID-19, COVID-21. Want to roll out universal basic income. He wants to roll out a debt forgiveness. This stuff ain't coming for free. And then if you don't sign up for it, he's going to put you in that concentration camp. So, therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly in an instant. Suddenly, this devil gonna turn. He's every deal that this devil say he's gonna make with you, he's gonna renege on it. You know that he's saying, yeah, you been in concentration camps until you come around. No, that's not how this devil works. You're either gonna get down or you're gonna lay down. That's how it's gonna be. If you don't want to be part of this new world order in this concentration camp, you deny to take that RFID chip, you're gonna put your ass to death, Jake. And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a shard to take fire from the hearth, or to take water without out of the pit. See, Jake, you gotta wise up. That's why hey, you gotta get it while the getting's good. See what I'm saying? While the men of the Lord still able to upload videos up to YouTube, we still able to go out and prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. But the way it's looking like, hey, the Lord is winding this thing down. Soon, we won't be able to go out on the street and prophesy. Soon, they got all these different algorithms, taking brothers' video down, flagging brothers' channels. Soon, it's going to be very scarce to try to find a video. You're going to have those, probably some of them sold out Israelite groups, but they teaching a wayward doctrine. You probably can find their videos. But guess what? Jeremiah 18 and 20. Shall evil be recompensed for good? For they have digged a pit for my soul. Remember that I stood before thee to speak good for them and to turn away thy wrath from them. See, we out here trying to, prophesy and give our peoples the word, giving the understanding of the scriptures so that they don't get destroyed. But our people, they don't want to listen. See what I'm saying? They want to turn us over to the authorities because they don't want to hear this. They think that we causing a ruckus. We making waves. We saying Esau, the so-called white man, is going into slavery. They don't want to hear that. They want to, hands joining hand. They want to sing Kumbaya. They want us to get out there and march with them. Talking about this man, he has changed. Joe Biden, he's not the same Joe Biden from the 94 crime bill. They want us to forgive and forget. That's what Jake wants us to do. So we also know that these niggas, they're gonna turn us over to the authorities. Jeremiah 18:24. Therefore, deliver up their children to the famine. That's right. Let their children be delivered up to the famine, and pour out their blood by the force of the sword. That's right. Let Esau kill all these niggas. And let their wives be bereaved of their children, and be widows, and let their men be put to death. Let their young men be slain by the sword in battle. Let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly. That's right. Esau and them jump out boys coming through. See what I'm saying? When that troop come through, what are you going to do? Choose ye this day. Jeremiah 18:22. Let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them. For they have digged a pit to take me and hid snares for my feet. Yeah, that's what y'all did to Jeremiah. We know that that's what you wicked 2/3 Jakes want to do to us. When Esau and them troops come through, hey, it's going to be smoke in the city. Yet, Yahweh, thou knowest all their counsel against me to slay me. Forgive not their iniquity. Don't forgive their iniquity. Nope. Neither blot out their sin from thy sight, but let them be overthrown before thee. Deal thus with them in the time of thine anger. So, hey, hopefully this lesson was edifying. Till next time, Shalom. Choose ye this day.